So the truth is, Agness Ngetich is becoming unstoppable. You see, in any sport, it comes a time when a new legend has to emerge, someone who is very dominant, and at any time they take part in any event, you are sure they're going to win and destroy everyone in the field. And for Kenya right now, that name is Agness Ngetich. Unlike others who started by dominating their levels, she started with a not so impressive performance. Her professional journey on the world stage, it actually began when she was just 16 years old. And back then, she used to record mixed results. In fact, in her first international event, which was the Under-20 Africa Cross Country Championship, which took place in Algeria, in 2018, she finished in the 4th position with a time of 21 minutes and 3 seconds ahead of Agnes Jebet, who was position 10 in that event. But the winner of the event was an Ethiopian by the name of Grimawit, who stood out and had a lot of people complaining online that she looks way older than 20. In fact, the pictures that you see on your screen right now, that was from the event in 2018, and I'm pretty sure even if you don't know how to place faces with the ages, there's no way this person looking this way was below 20 years in 2018. Got played here, and yeah, she went ahead and was registered as the winner of the event. But for Agness Ngetich, this was a starting point, and it showed that she had in her the ability to dominate on the international stage. And so, in case you want me to talk about her in detail, with every event she has taken part in since she began her journey in 2017, please let me know in the comment section. But fast forward to 2023 is when people started hearing more about Agness Ngetich, because this was the time when she began breaking world records and the time when she started becoming unstoppable. So in her first event of that year in 2023, she won her first ever medal on the global stage, which was a bronze medal in the women's senior race at the World Cross Country Championship that took place in Australia. Then in September 2023, she broke the women's only 10K world record in Brussels, Romania, with a time of 29 minutes and 24 seconds. This surpassed the previous mark of 30 minutes and 1 second, which was initially being held by another Kenyan by the name of Agnes Tirop, which was set in 2021. In fact, in that event, she completed the first 5K in 14 minutes and 25 seconds, which was 4 seconds faster than the previous women-only world record over the same distance. But unfortunately, this record has never been recognized. And this is because the event organizers came out a month later and said that the event was shorter than 10K by 25 meters. And as such, there's no way they can be able to ratify that event. That's why some of you, maybe you've never heard about this event, but yeah, that was the first time that she had broken the world record for the 10K women's only, but it never happened until in 2025 when she broke it again, which we'll talk about later in a few minutes. So in a way, even if she did not break the world record at this time in 2023, this made her to be a master of the 10K, as she went ahead to break the world record in the women's mixed gender race with a time of 28 minutes and 46 seconds, becoming the first woman to run under 29 minutes in the 10K. And initially, I had made a video explaining the differences between women's only world record and mixed gender race. I'll leave a link here so that you can click on it and watch it in case you want to know more. But the difference is that the women only, you only have women, and the mixed gender race, you have women and men running together, or sometimes you have men pacing the women in the mixed gender race. Then later that year, she did the Valencia marathon and missed out on the world record by 13 seconds. As such, she became the second fastest half marathon runner in history, behind Gide of Ethiopia. And if this year she competes in the half marathon again, I feel like she has the high chances of breaking a world record again. As so far, the way you've seen it, 25 seems to be Agness Ngetich here to break world records. You all know how she has been very dominant in 2025, and we saw this during the Adizero event, which happened during late April of 2025. During this event, Agness Ngetich went ahead to break the women's only 10K world record with a time of 29 minutes and 27 seconds. Of course, this world record has not been ratified yet, but we know that Adidas has the best team in place, who of course make sure that the event meets the set standard, and as such, we are sure that this event or this world record is going to be ratified. Then a week later, she dominated the Grand Slam track in Miami, which had her walking away with $100,000. If you add that to $100,000, that she won by breaking the women's only 10k world record, because you know, whenever an athlete breaks the world record, usually they are given $100,000, and then you have extra money that she earned by coming position 1 in the same event. It means that in a period of about a week or so, she was able to make over $200,000. And again, remember, it was more like a week earlier, she had participated in another Grand Slam track which happened in Jamaica, and again she walked away with a lot of money. So this just shows how dominant she is, not about winning the money, but about breaking the records. And since this year we have just begun the second quarter of 2025, I'm pretty sure she's going to break more records as the year goes by. But all this, of course, usually depends on the management, and sometimes they might not want a person to compete in a lot of events, because then it puts you in a risk of getting injuries. But we know that she's signed as a racer under the Grand Slam track, and as such, she will participate in all the 4 of them. So far 2 have happened, so we are remaining with 2, and we hope to see her winning more cash from the event, because as of now, it looks like that event is more about money than, of course, the sport itself. But let's wait and see how it goes.
A little bit of fun mentally with her own racing right here. And you can see her lean into those turns, Tim. She really takes them hard, and she almost
has prepared for this just about perfectly. You know, when you think of her super fast half marathon back in October, then she went back in and put in 7 months hard work, came out and raced in those track races in Kingston. 8:28 for 3,000 is right up there as a top-notch 3,000 meter time. The 5,000 was more of a tactical affair. Every single kilometer, and their opening kilometer told the story, it laid down the story, because it was 2:52, the fastest, but every single kilometer under 3 minutes.
Yeah, she was hot off the gun. She knew what she wanted today, and she's clearly running with purpose. Everyone has Agnes Tirop on their mind, but right now it is all Agness Ngetich.
Well, we think she's going to run around 29:25 here today, something like that. It'll be a world record for in a women's only 10K by over 30 seconds. She's got, what, about a minute and a half to go. She is working super hard now. Those arms swinging backwards and forwards across her torso. A lot of coaches would say, well, that's not perfect aesthetically, that's not good biomechanics. It absolutely doesn't matter, because if that balances out the movement in the rest of her body, and her legs in particular, and the hips, the way she moves, then it was perfect for her, and that means it's perfect for her top performance. And how can you criticize a world record holder?
I don't think we can say much. She looks like she is doing it just the way that she wants to do it, and we are watching history in the making right now here, folks.
We are indeed. This is a women's only world record in the making. There is about a minute to go. Agness Ngetich, the 24-year-old, who in a mixed race in Valencia in last October ran 28:46. That was a 28-second improvement upon the mixed race world record, a 10K with men. Well, this is going to be a more than a half-minute improvement on the women-only world record. The crowd begin to roar. The announcer near the finish line is making them aware. She comes into the finishing straight now, and Agness Ngetich gives it everything. 101% effort now. She drives for the line, just outside 29 minutes on the clock. The world record that she's trying to break is 30:01, and Agness Ngetich comes towards the line. 29:15 on the clock at the moment. She has destroyed this field. She's lapped several athletes. This has been an astonishing run. It is indeed a world record here at the Adizero 2025 Race to Records, and she has done it. Unofficially there, Agness Ngetich, around 29:23, something like that. She collapses to her knees just past the finish line. That has been extraordinary. Nobody in the history of women's 10K running has got anywhere close to that sort of time. It'll be the first time ever 30 minutes has been broken in a women-only 10K. And from Agnes